think it's about time I potted these on. That's a gooseberry plant, and that is a red raspberry. And we're going to pop this red raspberry plant in a container, and then we can use it in the container garden. Always make sure when you're planting anything in a container, you drill lots and lots of holes in the bottom. Otherwise you'll end up with the roots sat in water and they'll rot, and then it's going to kill the plant. So the first thing you have to do is that. And then we're going to put some really rough, lumpy compost in the bottom, almost like stone, because that's going to help with drainage as well. And then we'll put some good compost in as well. Once I get halfway up a container, I like to add some fertiliser as well. And then we can just fill it up now. Once you've filled it, just firm it down. Make sure you leave about an inch around the top clear of the compost. It's better that way for watering. And I know we're putting this in a container because we want it on that container garden, but there's another good reason why you should plant raspberries in pots and not in the garden. And I'll show you a really good example of that. That's my neighbour's garden, and they neglected to cut back all the raspberries, and as you can see, they've gone crazy. They've just completely taken over the whole area. So, as you just saw there, a perfectly good reason to keep these in pots and containers. But also, as these grow, they will start to droop down. Now if they droop down and make contact with the ground, they will root and spread, and they're very hard to control once they get into your ground. So we're going to have to stake these up somehow so that we can tie them to a frame as they grow, because we never ever want them to be touching ground. So something like this would be ideal to create a trellis for this plant to grow up. But if you haven't got one of these, then we can also make one out of canes. But before you do any of that, obviously we need to get this plant in this pot. So you can use the plant's original pot to make a template for the hole. And I think that's about right. So we'll get this plant out now, and we'll pop it straight in. Bed it in nice and firm as well. Now it's already started to look like a bit of something. And then you can just add a couple of canes. Just sink them into the soil. If they go outwards as well, it doesn't matter. That's better. But make sure you push them right down to the bottom. So that eye is going to be perfectly fine, probably for the whole season at this age. And now we're just going to put a shorter one across here, tie wrap it on, and that should pretty much be enough. Don't forget to put your label back in. So we'll just stick to the height of the plant. And we've also got a little cane in the centre that was already in with this plant, so we can just tie that to there as well. So I'm going to wrap some around these canes and loosely around the plant as well, just to keep it upright. We need to avoid this plant growing downwards and touching the ground. Then we'll just give it a quick water and it's ready to go outside into the container garden. If you've got any small pieces of bark anywhere, just sprinkle them around this plant, because that's the natural habitat for these plants in the wild. So let's go and put this outside. So there you go, we've now got this raspberry plant in its new container, ready to grow fruit season. So thanks for watching that video, really do appreciate it. And always remember, keep control of those raspberry plants before it's too late. If you want to see more videos in future about the container garden and other things that I will be doing through the rest of spring, summer and autumn, just hit that subscribe button and press the notifications bell, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much, you all take care.